represent the voices of my ancestors calling. And I was getting more and my culture is falling. Now we have a step up for the past 20 calling.
Once down with this stuff, ain't nobody gonna stop us. People, everybody, would you listen to us for a start? No point complaining, no let me partaking. We represent the cause of the ones falling. We resemble true art. When we bust the line, flip the rabbits from the heart. No, there's never gonna be another. Everybody stop betraying undercover.
It's been 6 months since we pulled Delos out of the water in Grenada. Our time away was just what we needed. It felt so good to see family and friends.
Hi, Mom. I always cry when you get here. Good to see you.
Enjoy some luxuries of the land life, and experience a whole different type of climate that was so drastically different from the Caribbean cruising we just left.
Unreal. It's so pretty.
But absence makes the heart grow fonder, and we had never been more ready to kick off the season and get Delos back out on the open ocean. We had already put in a solid month of manual labor to splash Delos again.
Shit.
But we still had a pretty serious to-do list before we were ready to set sail for our first destination of the season, Tobago. The first thing on the list, getting our new crew on board.
Caribbean season has begun.
This is pretty much the official kicker offer, I think, that our new crew is landing today.
Nate and Jordan, two really cool,
Moist individuals. We're gonna get drenched together.
Hey, wanna hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Drenched! 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 I'm drenched! Guys! By now you must be wondering, what, or rather who, is Drenched? Drench is the YouTube alias of Nate and Jordan, two scuba diving instructors we met in Grenada, just before putting Delos on the hard. From the moment we met, it was obvious there was a good vibe between us all.
3, 2, 1, cheese, motherfucker! Yes!
Not only do they love scuba diving as much as we do, they're also into filming, both above and below the surface. So when the conversation started about having new crew on Delos this season, they were the first that popped into our minds.
No, they flew in from, I think they flew from, Utah to Miami, and now they're landing just now. So we're gonna pick them up, bring them back to Delos, get them settled, and probably drink some beers.
Get our dive on.
Sounds good.
Hey!
Oh my god!
What's up, guy? You too. Got a cold beer for you.
Now this is the hardest part always, getting all the stuff in the car. Look at all the last piece of the puzzle.
You guys are overweight looking on your carry-ons. Give me a heads up.
It's gonna be an extra charge. Welcome to your new home.
It was hard to process the experience of arriving on Delos. When we stepped on the plane, we waved goodbye to snowy mountain peaks and fuzzy hats. And in the span of 24 hours, we were on board Delos, busting out all the goodies that had been mailed to us, including zinc oxide for homemade sunscreen, copious amounts of beef jerky, some super sketchy essential oils for Senor, and the most exciting loot of them all, full face masks for the whole crew, so we can talk and record audio while scuba diving.
Looks like an alien. Yeah.
Looks like Darth Vader, huh?
As exciting as it was just to be on Delos and in Grenada, I think we were all on the same page of wanting to set off to Tobago as soon as possible. So we wasted no time in digging into the next task on our list, a major provisioning.
Kaza's making a provisioning list, it looks like.
Yeah.
Do you take inventory before you start that and see everything that we have first?
Yeah, and
Cool.
then I go through the list of so I don't miss anything.
Yeah. Ooh, you have a list.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys are...
List, a hardcore list that is...
Oh, cool.
Shopping list for 6 months, 7 people, 53 feet home.
You guys having a boys' party while we're gone today?
I'm gonna fly my drone and go paddleboarding.
That sounds pretty good.
While the girls are out doing the hard labor.
Yeah.
Ladies' provisioning day.
so good.
Boat life version of car troubles.
Woohoo! Oh yeah.
See you later, ladies. Have a good girls' day.
Bye.
You guys got the money in the car and the keys and the bags and the list.
We got it.
We got it.
Smiles?
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for the ride. See you later.
So we heard rumors that this market has kind of just cheaper canned and dried stuff because the main grocery store here is really catered to the students and it's really expensive. So kind of our goal today is to go around and hit all the more local spots and get everything we can and then go to the local market and get all our fresh stuff. If you could look for 7 jars of green curry paste.
Okay. Dude, we did well.
I thought we were gonna, like when we first walked in, I just grabbed a little basket.
Yeah.
And then we traded it out for 2 big carts once we saw everything they had, and then we ended up with 3 full carts. That was like probably 90–95% of our list.
Do you wanna guess how much it was?
Oh my god, we got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, what you thinking, Blue?
I'm gonna guess 2400 EC.
I'm gonna say probably 1900 EC.
2,653.7.
Oh, you were
close.
Okay, next up, market for fresh fruits and veggies and coconut water. What are we getting here?
Coconut water, which
Hell
is
yeah.
the best place to get it. It's crazy. So they come with this whole truck filled, and then by the end of the day, the whole garbage bin is filled. So they're just like slinging coconut water
All day, every day.
and it's the cheapest and it's the best here, so it's pretty sweet. You can just put them in here.
Okay, this one ripe.
Let's get 2 ripe and 5 unripe.
You crazy?
You crazy. Okay, let me get the hair. Let me get the hair. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Mangoes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love Jordan.
Awesome.
One love.
Yeah.
See ya.
Grenada is called actually the Spice Island because the climate here and everything is perfect to grow all different kinds of spices. So coming in almost this whole entire market, which is huge, there's probably like 50 plus stands in here. It's pretty cool to have such a nice selection of like really fresh local spices.
Here's our final loot for the day. The back seat's full as well.
We got everything on our list and the car is at maximum limit for everything we can fit in there. So
yeah,
it was meant to be.
Well done.
Yeah,
High five.
feels so good to have that done though.
Yeah. All right, back to the boat. Let's go. Got everything in there. Now we just gotta load up the ladies and then we're gonna probably be snailing it back to the boat.
A slow, wet ride.
Yes.
We began the elaborate and calculated process of unloading and storing almost $1,000 worth of provisions into a space that is pretty limited to begin with. But this was clearly not their first rodeo, and Kaza and Blue began stashing food left, front, and center, with tricks up their sleeve to account for all the challenges that storing stuff in a rocking wet boat presents. Tip number 1. Take the labels off canned goods and write what they are with a Sharpie, so that if they get wet, the labels won't gunk up the bilge and you'll still be able to know what's in each can. Tip number 2. Vacuum seal dried goods to prevent spillage and keep any bug eggs that might be inside from hatching. Tip number 3. Store bottles of wine in socks to prevent them from clanking around in storage. And last, but certainly not least, tip number 4. Keep everything organized and Kaza will love you forever.
Beautiful morning. Everybody's just slowly getting up. I don't mean to be, but I'm like a morning person. I'm always the first one awake, making coffee. But no, it's absolutely gorgeous. Not a bad view to wake up to.
Our pre-Tobago to-do list was getting smaller and smaller, but we still had a few critical tasks to tackle. This meant it was all hands on deck for a proper Delos workday. But before Brian started digging into his more technical projects, he began our initiation into the crew with a newbie job to break us in.
Your task is to turn this bedsheet into usable size rags like that, which we will then use for polishing. Okay, so you have your choice of tasks. You can either polish stainless steel or you can use the cleaner wax and polish fiberglass. Your choice.
Start with the stainless steel.
Okay, good choice, good choice. Welcome to boat life.
Weehee! It's our first work day on Delos, and it's pretty chill. Like, got the music going. It's nice being in like a big group of people, even if you're doing something that's kind of boring, like just polishing stainless steel for a really long time. This is like a feng shui boat job, like wax on, wax off.
As Nate and I polished away, the rest of the crew started diving into a slew of different jobs to get Delos back into shape for cruiser life.
We are having quite a bit of problems with the starter battery still. It happened the first time we tried to leave the yard and the engine wouldn't start, and I thought it was a bad battery, but it turns out that it's actually the switch. On this side of the switch we have 12.9 volts, which is good. If I move to the other side of the switch, we only have 4.95, so less than 5 volts. So that's a big problem. I either need to take this switch apart and see if it can be repaired, or I need to remove it and replace it with the best thing replacement I can find here in Grenada. I finally got this thing apart and it's sort of built like a tank. I'm pretty sure that this is a good one because you can see how everything's nice and clean, and I'm not quite sure how this all works yet, but that looks like a problem. So I think all that corrosion on there is just preventing good contacts. So we got to see how this goes back together and if I can somehow finagle a way to make new of these with something. Well, let's try it, huh? If the generator starts, it's a good sign.
Moment of truth.
So it's showing good voltage over here. Everything's on.
Oh, she's humming.
Okay, now we're back in business.
So what are you guys working on over here?
We've got the HF antenna going back in because, oh shit.
Oh shit.
The old mount at the bottom was so crusty and damaged from salt and sun that it just snapped the other day. So we have a new mount. And now the antenna's back up and our SSB will be working again.
What's a SSB?
It's a single sideband radio. So it's the radio that everyone used before. You could do stuff over sat phones, like get weather and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So you can literally talk from here to Australia.
Really?
Over radio, yeah.
Between the 6 of us, we had managed to polish the stainless steel, fix the battery switch, calibrate the charge controllers, repair the dinghy pad, start a new batch of Delos moonshine, test the dive compressor and water maker, service the dive equipment, and reattach the SSB antenna. And while it's an accepted fact of sailing that as fast as you fix one thing, something else will break down, I'd say Delos was as ready as she'll ever be to kick off the Caribbean season.
All systems go.
Yeah, I know.
Delos is back to life.
I just wanted to show you guys where we've been staying since Nate and I arrived on the boat, which is a beautiful anchorage called Hog Island. We have so far to go. We're going from Delos right here to this beach right there.
First we're gonna pick up these stranded.
Oh yeah, struggle bussers.
Yeah.
All right.
He's drunk.
is the infamous Hog Island in Grenada, the most famous Sunday night hangout on the island. Just like a really nice chill vibe. Nate and I are abstaining from drinks tonight because we don't want to be hungover for our first really big sail. I don't know if we'll get seasick or not. Nate won't. I might get a little bit seasick, so just want to make sure I'm in tippy-tappy form. But it is just a lovely, very peaceful evening, and I just have to keep pinching myself to believe that this is happening. We're here, and super grateful, super excited, and I just don't really know what to expect in a really great way. So I feel like anything can happen. How you doing, Braidsters?
I'm good. This is the epitome of cruisers, Hog Island.
You ready to go sailing tomorrow?
I am. I'm ready to move on from Grenada. I feel like we had to do so much work to get to this point, to be ready to like push off and sail somewhere. And of course, nothing's ever going to be ready, no matter where you leave on a sailboat. But we're ready, even if it's just a day sail. I'm so excited just to go out and sail, and then go dive.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. New crew, new start of the season. We were away from Delos for so long, and now we can really appreciate why we're doing this and all the hard work that goes into it.
You ready to go sailing tomorrow, Blue?
Yes, I'm so ready. It's been nice to call Grenada home, but I'm definitely starting to feel like we're recognizing too many people.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I'm just ready to switch it up and get moving and yeah, get back into dive mode.
It's time.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
I need a young man. I say I need a young man. I need a young man to drive away my middle-aged blues. Well, I forget about my arthritis, my backache, my lumbago, cause my young man makes me boogie in the horizontal disco. I'm cleaning out my closet, I'm no longer sentimental. Forget about experience, honey, I'd rather have potential. I need a young man to drive away my middle-aged blues.
Next up, we set off on our first passage of the season and have some deep conversations with our new underwater comm system.
Can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
I handled a little bit of poo yesterday, so. Oh, I got that. I got that on camera.
Great! Why do you guys say like that? Is someone on the drench team say talk like that?
No. I don't know. We say a lot of things like that. It started out with a guy in South Africa named Ranch. So we called him Ranch. So now we say Ranch.
It's like could be on 1,000 Ways to Die or something.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Look at that.
Like it? I like it a lot.